How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a very warm and very sunny Chicago. My name is John. I'm here today with Land Rover Naperville, part of the Patrick Dealer Group in Schaumburg and Naperville, Illinois. And I have another awesome video for today because this is a 2025 Range Rover SE P550e plug-in hybrid. All right, the big body Range Rover. Now, I've always loved these cars. They are just so cool. I consider them like the king of the SUV world, and they've held that position for quite a long time. Everybody wants a big body Range Rover, and I love the fact personally that they don't really have a name for this car other than the Range Rover, so I can just keep calling it the big body Range Rover because it just has so much presence. It's got aura, it's got all those good things. It is just such a graceful, elegant machine. I just absolutely love it. Now, this particular car is a P550, so that means it has a 3-liter inline-6 turbocharged motor with a 160 kilowatt-hour battery attached to it. So those electric motors and all that power puts out 542 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque. This car is so graceful, so elegant in the way that it delivers power and just handles the ride and comfort and suspension and everything. I love the design of these cars too. They had the facelift a couple years ago, and they haven't really had to do much to it since. They're just so elegant looking. No one is ever going to look at this car and think it's ugly by any means. This car also has the black package on it, so you get the big black grille at the front, darker lower intakes at the bottom, and then you got the black roof and mirrors. I always think it's important, especially on a lighter color like this, to get the blackout roof because then it really lowers visually the center of mass in the car and makes it look a lot smaller because these cars are enormous. Now, this particular car has the 22-inch diamond cut wheels, which I think look fantastic. They're a very classic Land Rover Range Rover, and I think they look really good on a light colored car as well. You can also upgrade to 23-inch wheels, and as standard on all big body Range Rovers, you get all-wheel steering as standard, which is really cool. So just check out how quickly this thing can change directions. It's crazy. You can like do a U-turn in your driveway if you want. And then checking out inside the car here, again, just timeless elegance in this car. This is the Caraway interior. It's one of my favorites. It is just the perfect beige interior. It just screams, this car is very expensive and very nice, and you're gonna have a great time inside here, so come on in and hang out. It is just absolutely beautiful everywhere you look. They just do such a good job at making interiors look perfect, in my opinion. And inside, it is just peaceful, quiet in here. There's so much sound deadening in here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 800 pounds of sound deadening in these cars. It is so quiet on the inside. And again, this one is the plug-in hybrid, so it'll give you your EV miles. This car can do about 53 miles on a full charge in pure electric, which is pretty good for a car this size and with its relatively small battery pack. But you can see you got your Pivi Pro system here, one of the best systems. If you want to watch a full video on how the entire system works, you can click on the link up at the top corner there for my video on that. Now, as you can see around this car, there are not a whole lot of buttons or things to play with in here, and I think that that is totally on purpose for Range Rover. Obviously, anyone who owns one of these cars has a good amount of wealth, and they're probably pretty busy, so the last thing that they want to do is get into a car and have to press 85 buttons before driving away. They just kept everything super clean, so all you got to do when you're behind the wheel is just sit back and relax and let this car take you wherever you want to go. There are some cool things in here though as well. You do have a wireless charger down at the bottom with a USB-C port. You got your cup holders here, but I bet a lot of people don't know if you slide that back, then you get an even bigger cubby down at the bottom, and then you get your center console, and this can also be optioned to have a cool box inside instead of just a compartment. You do get the classic Range Rover armrest, which I always love. They serve very little purpose and make the seatbelt very hard to put on, but they look awesome, so I want them. But as you can see, yeah, very clean in here. You got your start-stop button, your gear selector with your park button as well. Here's for your heated steering wheel and your cruise control. Over here is for your radio and nav and voice control on here. You got the digital gauges, which look very nice as well. But then, yeah, just every single thing you look at and every single thing you touch just screams luxury in here. And then in the back seat, the story is no different. You get more of that super supple leather everywhere. These seats recline in the back. You got the center console that folds down as well to give you a couple extra cup holders, things like that, some extra storage in there as well. But yeah, this is even the short wheelbase version of this car, and you still have so much legroom in here as well. You can get the long wheelbase, adds quite a few inches, mostly for the back seat passengers as well. And then if you really want, you can get that third row in there too. But yeah, you can see just elegance and luxury everywhere. You got a couple of power outlets down at the bottom here too, some chargers there as well, a little screen for your heating and air controls, and this car is also fitted with the Meridian sound system, which always sounds fantastic. If you get one of these, upgrade the sound system. It's 100% worth it. And as for charging this beast, on the driver's side, when you open up the cap here, this is for your electric charging on here. You have your outlets right there as well for plugging in easily, and it'll give you a little indicator for state of charge on there as well with a little light that lights up. And then over on the passenger side, just in your normal spot, that is going to be where your fuel door is for putting gas in. And then around back, more of that classic Land Rover Range Rover design. I love this kind of circle that goes around the back end of the car. It looks especially cool again on a white vehicle. It's probably the most distinctive way to tell one of the new body styles apart. And you get these really thin taillights that are integrated right into that design. Just so seamless, so elegant, so timeless. Love these cars. And then inside the trunk here, of course, you get the classic Range Rover split tailgate, and it is plenty of room in the back over here. You have this partial shelf, which you can remove if you want, but just plenty of room, and then there's even more storage for a full-size spare tire under the trunk. So yeah, just tons of room. You could live in a big body Range Rover easily, no problem. And if you ever want to fold the rear seats down, you can do it with just a couple of buttons on the side panel there. Pricing for the 2025 Range Rover SE plug-in hybrid starts at $119,900. If you want it with a couple bells and whistles and a few options like this one has, you're looking at $129,000. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you need any help with parts, service, or sales, the number is right down below. Contact us at Land Rover Naperville. We'll be happy to help you out with whatever you need. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out the research pages on our Land Rover Naperville website to learn more about awesome cars like this. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.